Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Kansas City Royals. Year one is done. We're going to sim quickly through the postseason and get into the offseason, but wanted to show you how things... Ooh, Caglione got better. I like that. Anyway, got sidetracked. Show you how year one went. Didn't go great, but we, I think... made a lot of improvements to the squad kind of going forward. We'll start with our pitching. We held on to Bubic, and I'm glad we did. He put up a 3.54 ERA. He's 28. His ARB number is like 6 or something. Yeah, $6 million next year. I don't think our rotation is all that bad. I mean, we don't have any. I mean, Reagan's potentially could be an ace, but I think Bubic, Reagan's, Palante, and Gasser are all good kind of. Reagan's a 2. The other guys are all probably good 2, 3, 4s. But Palante was pretty good for us, right about league average with on the mound. Gasser was really good initially, and then things kind of went off the rails towards the end of the season. But a couple of good arms there we picked up during the season. Gabe Spire was actually really good for us. 29 strikeouts in 26 innings. Garrett was our closer. Yeah, I mean, BABIP was a little high, struck out 34 batters in 24 innings. I like that. Beyond that, there's a lot of nothing here. I mean, most of these guys probably, Zerpa will be back next year, but beyond that, a lot of these guys probably aren't back next season. Offensively, a lot of changes to the lineup. Drew Gilbert ended up getting hurt. Let me show you Gilbert real quick. But he gave us 738 OPS, 100 OPS plus, hit 6 home runs, and was above average out in right field. So not terrible there. Bobby Witt was our best player, unsurprisingly. Only 16 home runs, though, after hitting 32 a year ago. Drove in 83. Pasquantino had a good year. Vinny had a really solid season. 23 home runs, 46 doubles. I'll go in and I'll add a lot of the other stats that some of you guys want to look at. I just forgot to do it after I rebooted the game. Massey had a good year. I'm glad we found a way to get his bat into the everyday lineup. Gave us, 58 extra base hits. Was pretty bad at third base. We moved him to second, and he was fine. Melendez gave us some pop, but meh, really. I mean, depending on his ARB number next year, maybe not. I don't know. Perez continues to plug away. Garcia was okay. Stole 21 bases, second on the team in steals. Above average at third. Again, these guys were playing out of position to start the season. We had Garcia playing at short when Witt was hurt. Lofton was fine as our backup middle infielder. We called up Drew Waters when Drew Gilbert got hurt. He was fine. Mauricio was really good for us. 305, 343, 505. He was really, really good with the bat. That's encouraging to see. Sal Frelick, 223. Well, but we'll stick him in the development lab and we'll see how he does. Rylan Thomas really struggled with the bat. I hoped that contact would help things out, but not so much. Maybe just a fourth outfielder for Rylan Thomas next season. Velasquez was bad, and Freddie Fermin. So that's kind of how things went from a big league roster perspective. Our top prospects, Blake Mitchell, didn't really hit in Double-A. He'll probably start there again next season. Caglione had a really good offensive season in high A ball. Can't really pitch. So we'll call him up to Double-A next season and let him get some time in there. Colin Houck hit the ball pretty well in A-ball. He'll probably start in A-ball again next season. But that power is hanging on, which is nice. Our prospects, DeJong, didn't get a chance to throw it all. Did none of these guys play? I have here. I can't look at the start time right now. I'm hoping I had that set right. I feel like I did, but we'll see. Because it doesn't look like any of our minor leaguers got into games. Yeah, interesting. But there's some development, which is nice. All right, so we need to quickly sim through the playoffs. I will do that. I will come right back, and we will get to the off season. All right. Postseason is over. World Series went to the Yankees. The Yankees beat the Braves in 6. See, the Dodgers got knocked out. I always like seeing the Dodgers get knocked out early here in these early sims. I don't like seeing them dominate. But we had the Yankees and the Braves. The Yankees won in 6. If you guys want me to go and look at any team, at the end of these seasons, just tell me. And if you want me to go team by team and just sort of, go here, now you can pause, here, now you can pause, et cetera, et cetera. Let me know. I'm happy to do it. So, all right. We're into the off season. Let's see. So who retired? Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. RJ retired. Payroll of about $110 million. We got plenty of money to play with. Option year on Sal Perez. I feel like it makes sense to bring him back for one more season. We've got the money. It's already on the books. But I'll think about it here for a second. Top prospects. We don't have anybody in the top 10. Arbitration and development. Let's do development first so that I don't forget. Active roster. Does anybody... So Witt still has... I don't want to mess with Bobby Witt. I don't want to break him. So we'll start with Frelick. And we'll work on that batting eye for Sal. If we can get that batting eye up to a 50 or a 55, maybe he's our leadoff hitter. Gasser. Let's work on that secondary pitch improvement. Oops. Right. See if we can get those pitches up. Maybe. See if that helps. Reagan's doesn't really have any development room, so I don't want to mess with him. And then everybody else is old. Yeah, we really don't have a lot of young talent. Prospects. So we have Caglione. What do we work on with Jack? Sorry, I was moving my computer around. I'm sitting in my basement. I'm not recording with my mic. I'm recording through the laptop's mic. So if you just heard some shifting around, that's fine. Let's see if we can work on his quality of contact. See if we can get that batting average up a bit. I don't mind spending time on some of these 21-year-olds. Andrew Fisher, good defensively, but he's got the problem is, he doesn't have, he's got low work ethic. That's the problem. Hartman, let's work on Colton's control. Schubart, let's work on his contact. Bodine, he needs to develop as well. We got Blake Mitchell too. Mitchell, let's work on his quality of contact. Bodine, see, he's somebody that could potentially develop nicely. Let's just lean into that catcher rating. Gilbert, I can't do anything with right now because he's hurt. Oh, wait, he's not hurt anymore? He's not. Okay, good. So what do we want to work on with Drew Gilbert? See if we can generate a little bit more power from Drew. Let's generate some bat speed, sure. And then I don't think it makes sense to try to do anything with anybody any younger. Carter Jensen. Meh. We got Caglione. We may as well stick Fisher. Oh, we got Vital Scheiss. High baseball IQ. control. And Cade Anderson will work on his control as well. So we're going to lean into our prospects and see if we can develop them. I think that's probably the best way to do it. Let's look at arbitration. Whoa, there's a lot of guys in arbitration. First things first, let's do this. Player list, upcoming. We'll just offer minor, because we haven't had enough drafts yet to fill our minor league system, so I want to just make sure we're filling it with literally filler pieces. All right. So, Henkus, let's start with Henkus. He wants 3-2. From 3-1. So we know we want him coming back. Oops, I didn't mean to do that to Palante. What did Palante want? What was his ARB number? 3-4. All right. So we should be able to then offer him 3-2. Maybe 3-2-5. Yeah, okay, 3-2 works. All right. So Palante and Henkus are both locked in. Where is... Oh, we got to put... Where is... Oh, Garrett's still just on the minimum, huh? Okay. Right? Is that what I'm seeing here? Oh, yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Bubic, he wants 6. 5750. Josh Fleming at 1-5. I mean, sure. It's nothing. It should be 1425. 1450, I guess. Yeah. We got plenty of money, so, for someone like that, I think it makes sense. Carlos Hernandez. Might try to trade him. MacArthur. Ground ball guy. Yes, we'll bring him back. So you can see I definitely have a type when it comes to my pitchers. And I think there's nothing wrong with that. Schreiber. He was good last year. We can bring him back at 2-5, I guess. We got Gabe Spire, who was really good for us. So we'll bring him back. Oops. Kyle Wright, ground ball guy, but he wants... Let's hold off on Kyle Wright. Zerpa wants 1-5. And I say this in every playthrough, but the reason I do this like this is because if the player is popular, it treats it as a contract extension and you'll get a fan interest bump. If you let it go directly to salary arbitration, it doesn't treat it as a contract extension. So, how many years of ARB does Pasquantino have left? Okay, so this is his first year. 4-8-12 is what he's looking for, potentially. So if we do like that and then bring this down to 15, bring this to 11, 7-5. Okay. I'm all right with that. It buys out 1 year of arbitration, and it's a team option. So 4 years, $37 million for Vinny. We will non-tender Harold Castro. Massey wants 3-4. Yeah. What's Massey's? 3-6-8. 3-6-8. That's not unreasonable. But not for that many years because he's 27. So if we kick it to 5 and put these last two at 10. Okay. So buys out 3 years of ARB, or buys out all of his ARB, buys out 2 years of free agency, but that last year is a team option. Cool. 5 years, $32 million for Michael Massey. Mikhail Garcia, 1.6. And then we got MJ Melendez, Kyle Wright, Carlos Hernandez. We offered Henkes a contract. So I think I'm fine non-tendering Hernandez. Wright. He's a ground ball guy. Got the money. May as well. It's probably more than I'd like to pay him, but that's all right. 3450. And then the last thing is MJ Melendez, which I don't really care about MJ, but I don't think there's going to be much value in him. There's a little bit. Okay. Get Owen White. Julian is going to get on base a bunch. His ratings are kind of crummy. I want to see, can I get... Kind of have to. I'm a big Peyton Eels guy. I kind of have to. Ben Hernandez. No. Hunter Owen is a 23-year-old in high A ball who's got some power. Here you want Hero. Ooh, who's this? Zobas. No, you want this guy? MJ Melendez and Hero Wyatt for Peyton Eels. Not that we need another infielder, but I'm a Peyton Eels guy. I'm going to go ahead and make this deal for Peyton Eels. Players are disappointed to see Melendez leave, but that's fine. Let's put Gilbert there. Eels, we're going to stick him on the big league roster as well. All right, so I think that's everybody, right? Yep. So let's go ahead and sim. And we'll get all those players to sign. See if we get any fan interest kicks out of it. Pasquantino, the fans liked that. The fans liked Massey. The fans liked Bubic. That's nice. So that brings us up to a 77. Now look at all this money. First thing we need to do is this. That's the first thing we need to do. That's nice when you can do that, and it still leaves you with almost $50 million. Yeah, those fan interest bumps from those players we signed is big. Let's go to international amateurs and just... Oh, we have no scout. Shoot, that's right. I knew that was going to happen. We got Lonnie Goldberg. Let's look at... I had somebody make a recommendation to me in the comments of my last video, said to look at some of the GMs. They can make some good scouts. David Forst, excellent, good, excellent, good. Yeah, he looks okay. Let's go after Lonnie Goldberg. Just offer him a 2. He has no interest in working for us. Okay. All coaches. Let's do it that way. Bridges is... What about Forst? He has no interest in being our scout. go after Bridges? Let's just offer. Ugh, I don't really like that, but or do we just go after a normal favor tools guy rather than highly favor? No, I gotta stick to my strategy. So let's offer Brian Bridges. Not great, but amateurs and minors, he's fine. We'll offer him a 2-year deal. Got to get him signed on, and we got to rescout the internationals. I forgot to do that. Shoot. Schreiber resigns. Bridges likes our offer. Fleming signs. Gold Gloves coming up tomorrow. Bobby Witt. Do we still not have our scout? No, we still don't have our scout. Yeah, just Bobby Witt. I got a league and organization. All right, there's our scouts. Now we can go into international amateurs. And there were a couple of players in here that I had my eye on, specifically this guy right here, Ricardo Decline. He's fragile, but those are some darn good ratings. We will run practice. I don't think we're going to win or come in close with any of the other awards, but we'll see. See the AL there, NL here. Ryan Helsley was traded. He won the reliever of the year, was traded twice on deadline day. Silver Slugger in the American League. No Royals in the National League. You see them there. We got Rookie of the Year today. Dylan Dingler. Wow. Beats out Chandler Simpson, Christian Campbell. Matt Shaw in the National League. A trade proposal. Matt Vierling getting Freddie Fermin, Yandel, Ricardo, and Carter Jensen. No thank you. Aaron Boone and Craig Counsell are your managers of the years. Cy Young in the AL. Max Fried. Tariq Skubal finishes second. And Yamamoto wins in the National League. Best player in the AL, Gunnar Henderson. Jason Dominguez finishes second. And in the National League, Kyle Schwarber wins the National League MVP with a 56 home run, 132 RBI season for the Phils. Let's go. All right. Arbitration. We don't have anybody for arbitration, so we're going to get right into free agency. Kerkering and Henkes both need to come off the DL. Or IL, I guess. Bodine is excelling. I love that. I love that. I love that. Hopefully he keeps it up. A's and White Sox. Seth Brown for Brian Ramos. Sawinski is traded. Jack Sawinski is traded for Christopher Sanchez. Okay. Arbitration. Free agency. And before we even look at how much money we have, no, let's do it the other way. How much money do we have? We have $50 million. Plenty of money to make a splash if we want to. Got Nelson Gonzalez, who already signed with the Dodgers. Jesus Polanco, who already signed with the Cubs. How do they do this? That seems unfair to me. Armando Silva's 30 years old, wants $24 million. 22-year-old catcher who's already signed. 25-year-old, no. That's really annoying. That's really, really annoying. At any rate. Here are our top free agents. Kyle Tucker is in the mix. Let's look at our team before we do anything. So, our bullpen is actually going to be in really good shape. Kerkering, Henkes, Garrett, Zerpa. I think our bullpen's fine. Obviously, we need a starter or two. Yeah, we're going to need a starter or two for sure. At least one. Lineup perspective, let's just do this the way I always do it. So we've got Perez at catcher. We got Pasquantino at first. Massey at second. Witt at short. Garcia and Mauricio at third. Frelick's... Oh, we got a new scout. Right, he's average. So right now, Frelick is our starting left fielder. I think he was probably bad out in center. We'll see. Yeah. So Frelick is our starting left fielder. So none of these guys, according to our new scout, can play center field, which is a little disconcerting. And then we can make Eels our DH, especially against righties. That's a good bat. So a center fielder, starting pitcher. I mean, season center, free agents. Let's go. Let's do it this way. Miscellaneous info, demand, and free agent type. And I just got to make sure now that I do have inflation on 0%. I just saw Schwarber wanted $50 million and got concerned. Tucker wants 36 and a comp pick. Oof, it's a long-term deal. That's a lot of money for those guys, man. I mean, we've got it to spend, but Austin Hayes hit 19 home runs, drove in 70. That's a good batting profile. But again, it doesn't help our defense in the outfield. That would make Hayes our starting left fielder. Grisham is a comp guy. And I don't think we're at that point yet. Bo Bichette, he's a comp guy as well. Bellinger had a down season last year. Harrison Bader didn't have a particularly good season. Best starters, Chris Sale, and it's a comp pick. Dylan Cease is out for 5 months. Zach Eflin is a comp pick. I mean, it is just a third-round pick, so it's not as if Zach Littell. It's not as if we're giving up a first-round pick or anything. But if we're going to give up a comp pick, I want to make sure we're doing it for the right player. Zach Gallen. And just want like 5 years or something. He only wants 4. What if have his ratings dipped? Just his stamina. So throwing 94 to 96. Can we get him at like that? I mean, I'd be okay at 3 for 10 for Gallen. That's just so much money for some of these guys. Chapman only wants $4 million. Iglesias wants 10. I mean, I don't hate the idea of going after Kyle Tucker. My only concern is that it feels very, deja vu. We just did that with St. Louis. So I don't know that. Why did my ratings disappear? I don't know that I want to just do the same thing. Demand and free agent type. Demand and free agent type. Why did the demand not go in there? demand. He also wanted like 8 years or something ridiculous. What about Austin Hayes? 5 years. What if we do 3 years at 12? So Gallen 3 years at 30, Hayes 3 years at 12, and that gives our prospects an opportunity to grow, maybe. I don't hate those two offers. If we can get them at those prices, that's sort of the key here. Let's sim up to next month. And they're still young enough that maybe, they could develop. Uceta? No. Padres want to send us Suarez, Cobb Hightower, and John Gill. So Suarez, who's making... Oh, they already traded him to the Red Sox. Okay. Trade offer has expired, even though you offered it to me today. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Hayes and Gallen aren't bad. They're not guys in their 30s. Like Gallen is 30, but it gives us some veteran leadership. We've got a young team. Solidifies the rotation a little bit. That's a lot of trades. Yeah, see, even on average, that is a crap ton of deals. I need to go back in here and change this. That is a metric ton of trades. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 trades since the start of the offseason. Texas traded Sebastian Walcott to Tampa, huh? For Danny Jansen. Wow, they absolutely robbed the Rangers on that one. Okay. What do we got on the trade block? Anything of interest? Jaime Candelario, his contract expires. Yet, look at that. 92 extra base hits for Candelario. Just looking to see if there's anything of note. What about pitchers? Estevez, all old guys. They're not old guys, but guys in their 30s. Not super interested in that. International amateurs. Let's do our practice. And we'll do Hall of Fame voting real quick. Personal message. No improvement. That's disappointing. Given he was excelling. All right, well, let's stick Bodine back in there, I guess. That's annoying. But I like that all of his ratings here have developed. Nope. Bodine and quality of contact. So we got Anderson struggling. Yeah, we can't really do anything with it right now, but that's frustrating. I was hoping to see a bump in that defense. Hall of Fame voting. We'll do this really quickly. Beltran. Torrey Hunter. Andrew Jones. Pedroia, because I always vote for Pedroia. Manny. A-Rod. Sabathia. Suzuki. And we'll vote for Omar Vizquel, even though he's not going to make it. Here's my ballot. Take it or leave it. Now the winter meetings. All right, trade block. Anybody interesting? Nope, still just a bunch of pitchers in their 30s. And offensively, got Nathaniel Lowe, who's 30, playing for the Nationals now. Yeah, I mean, if we sign Hayes, we won't need any of these guys. Yeah, I don't really am not interested. I'm waiting for words on Hayes, and Tigers want to send us Isak Pacheco, Carlos Rodriguez, Jack Jasiak for Zerpa. Nope. Helsley on the move again, signs with the Guardians. So he went St. Louis, Milwaukee, or he went St. Louis, Kansas City, Milwaukee, Cleveland in the last 6 months. Still waiting to hear back from Gallen and Hayes. Do they at least like our offers? They do favor. That's good. Where do we stand from a... Let's bump this to 32.50. Just a small bump. Just a tick. Rule 5. Anybody needs to go on our 40-man. Carter Jensen. If somebody wants them, they can take him. A lot of guys in AAA that I don't really care about. Sarantola, no. Henry Williams, meh. Again, if somebody wants him, they can take him. I don't think so. Yeah. How's How Kangana? Yes, power dipped. Oh, wait, nope. Different scout. I gotta get scouting on scouting on everybody, really. A scouting report, pitchers, request scouting reports, minor leagues, all players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Schubert's down to a 50. That's no good. Again, different scout though, so maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe we'll get lucky. Yeah, see, that stinks. Really good growth before. I mean, again, different scout, so it may be, might get a different response. We'll see. All right, so we're picking 7th. Has it announced the draft order yet? Bichette back to Toronto, 4 years, $51 million. Let's get to our pick. Let's look at pitching. Luke Little's there. I think we're going to be taking Luke Little. Pitching potential. Pitchers. All right, so we got Chase Hampton. He's out for 4 weeks, but he could be a decent arm. But I think Luke Little, if I can find him. Extreme ground ball guy. Doesn't have great control, but I like Luke Little. You got Dylan Lesko on there too. Luke Little, I think, is going to be the guy. And then we'll come back with Chase Hampton on with our next pick if he's still there. Yep. And do we have any? Who's this guy? Nope. Do we have any batters? Benelis out of the Red Sox system. Doesn't look like it. There's that Angel Martinez guy that they tried to trade us on a couple of occasions. Everson Ortega, no. Selvis Basabe. We don't need another infielder. We will go ahead and finish the draft. So we pick up a couple of pitchers in the Rule 5, and now we're just waiting on Gallen and Austin Hayes. So we will, I don't know, submit a week. Some ahead a week. Still nothing, huh? Yep, they still favor our offers, but still nothing. All right, next month. All right, we got them both. Gallen and Hayes both sign with. Are they on the roster now? Where are they? Oh, they're going to be in the DFA page. Yeah, right there. All right, so Gallen and Hayes both on the roster. All right, so I don't know that there's much left for us to do, honestly. I think, as I get sidetracked, as I tend to do, I think let's get to January, and we'll see if there's anything else on the free agent market. We get a lot of excelling, and we get some frustrated in our player development. It's a year for pitching in the American League. Leading hitter hit just .291. And we should get a budget increase as well with the way people are coming out, buying contracts. Do we still have any of these guys? Any of those big names in free agency? No. So where did some of these players sign? Gleyber Torres with Seattle. Jock Peterson with Detroit. Josh Naylor, 7 years, $131 million with Miami. Schwarber, 5 years, $187 million with St. Louis. So the MVP gets a new home. Pete Alonso, 6 years in Cincinnati. Trent Grisham, 7 years in Philadelphia. So they replace Schwarber with Grisham. Kyle Tucker, 8 years, $234 million with the Yankees. That's actually not a terrible contract in all sincerity. It probably plays well until right about here, but it's a good deal for the Yanks. Anybody left in free agency that might be interesting? We don't really need anything. You can offer him a minor league contract. I don't think so. I think the 2 signings we made, what's Silva up to now? Yeah. I'm good. Sale is still out for 6 to 7 months. The Yankees want to offer Devin Williams $13 million. Meh. Think I'm okay. We're going to get up to international amateurs. We'll do that really quickly, and then we'll call it an episode. A pretty active offseason. Couple of signings, couple of Rule 5 guys added to the roster with some hopeful potential growth from some of our young players. All right, so we're at international amateurs, and I think we're going to go after decline because there were no hitters that I saw that were head and shoulders better than anybody else. I mean, there's a couple obviously really good bats here, but I don't like taking first baseman in international amateurs. I don't know why. I mean, I guess I could, but yeah, we're gonna go after decline from the 4750. Get up to the preseason. Just thinking about it. All right, so we signed Decline. Yep, and we got a $14 million bump to our budget. And then I wanted to check this, just make sure that I set this correctly. Am I not looking in the right place? Yeah, this is where I need to be. Yeah, I pushed it forward to June. Okay, so those guys just didn't play. All right. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. We've got $30-ish million to play with if we want to. We added to our pitching staff, we added Zach Gallen in our rotation. We added Luke Little, Chase Hampton to our bullpen as Rule 5 guys. We're going to bring in Kerkering and Henkes this year to back end our bullpen for us. Offensively, we just bring in Austin Hayes. He'll play left for us. Frelick will go to center. And there's our lineup against right. Well, not our. Those are the players who will bat against righties. So that's, yeah. So I think we made some decent gains in the offseason. Maybe a 500 record this year is kind of what we're shooting for. In this division, 500 could win you the division. So we will see how it goes. Let me know how you think we did, though. Tell me in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate the support, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.